A portion of this video was sponsored by Google. Stay tuned for more on that later in the video.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's my special day.
Oh my god. It's beginning already.
I feel like I should wear a crown. Did you make a crown for the occasion?
I did not make you a crown. Did I get a crown when it was my special day?
No, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But you're so beautiful. You don't need a
Oh
crown.
my god.
A few weeks ago, we did a video where I told you like all the things that I love about Hannah, the things that made me fall in love with her.
Yeah.
And that was wonderful and sweet and cute. But I felt left out. I felt like I didn't get enough praise in that video. I'm kidding.
Yeah?
I'm kidding, of course. We always planned to do a video, about
The opposite.
the opposite. So.
Yes. And so now it's Shane's special day.
I'm rambling because I'm uncomfortable about having to listen to Hannah just praise me and just take it.
We should just switch again because I was comfortable hearing the praise actually, and I'm less comfortable giving the praise.
I'm so self-deprecating that if anyone says anything nice about me, I'm like, yeah, but did you forget that I also suck? I can't take praise of any kind.
Oh, this is going to be fun then. I'm excited to see your reaction.
Everything you say, I'm going to be like, that's not true.
So without further ado, here are the things that made me fall in love and marry Shane.
Oh boy. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
It's time
To talk
about
our lives.
All right, the first one is starting off easy. Like this is what is it called in baseball? Like a slow ball or something? You know, when a slow pitch? Easy ball?
Oh, like a...
You know, when someone tosses you
I know the word.
What is the word for that? I thought
A softball?
for sure.
A softball, yeah.
It's a softball.
Yeah,
First one's a
softball.
softball question.
Yeah.
Like that, yes. This is a softball.
Take just a minute. All right.
I just thought you would know it right away.
I know the phrase.
You didn't think of it.
This is a curveball.
So anyway, this first one's obvious and simple, but Shane's sense of humor. Now, obviously, a lot of people think that Shane is very funny. I am one of those people. I think he's hilarious. But, beyond that, we have a literal identical sense of humor. There is nothing that one of us finds funny that the other one does not. So, without a doubt, if he sends me a meme he saw online or, I tell him that we have to watch this show that I heard about, we always agree on whether or not it's funny, which makes it really easy. We can watch the same shows together. We can,
Yeah. So this is actually a compliment to you because, if we have the same sense of humor, and I have a very good sense of humor, by the transitive property of humor, you also have a good sense of humor.
That's not a thing. We have the same sense of humor. I don't do jokes like you do. You're good at being funny. That's different than having a sense of humor. I appreciate your jokes and you make them. That's different than me being like, I am also equally funny.
Aw.
That's not it.
Shit, there's just more praise. Aw.
See, you like to be praised. You lied before.
I think I'm getting used to it. This is nice. Hannah and I, in our typical day-to-day life, and I think this is normal, we don't walk around praising each other.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll be like, oh, you look nice today, or
Yeah. Or I'll be like, that was really funny.
Yeah.
We'll do stuff like that.
But we don't walk around and be
like, overall, you are a very funny person. That's not a normal thing to say.
Good morning, Hannah. I think that you are a very funny person.
You're very kind overall.
All right, so I'm really freaking funny. That's number one. Number two. Thank you to Google for sponsoring this portion of the video. We all know that having a good, solid, strong password is the most important part of online safety. And I have to admit, I have not always been very good about that.
I feel like that's an understatement.
A few years ago, I used the same password for all 100 plus of my online accounts, and it was not a very good password.
Was the password by chance?
I'm not going to say.
Was it Shane?
I'm not going to say. I will say that Google did a study, and they asked people what passwords they've used in the past, and 24% of Americans said that they had used one of 7 very obvious passwords like
1234.
1234 like 11111, things that are very easy to guess.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing. And it eventually created a problem. I woke up one day to an email saying that one of my accounts had been accessed in another country, and I was like, oh boy. And that day was not very fun because I got more and more emails as this person opened up all of my accounts that use that same easy password. So, not a fun day, but thankfully, that day led me to get a lot smarter about my passwords by using Google's password manager.
Google's password manager creates strong passwords for you, so they'll be better than Shane's password, whatever it was, Shane password. Maybe it was
Shane
Burcaw.
111.
Shane 1, I don't know. They also store your passwords for you because we all know that you make an account, you think you're going to remember the password. I do it all the time. And then the next day you're like, what did I make it? Especially when you're trying to use good passwords and not just the same simple word for all of your accounts.
And my favorite feature about Google's password manager is that it auto-fills in your password whenever you visit any of the websites that you frequent. I, like I said, have over 100 accounts online, which I don't really know how that's possible, but I somehow do. And I would never remember all of those. So when I visit any website, I don't have to think about my password. Google just fills it in for me, and it's wonderful knowing that I have great passwords that are safely stored online, and they fill in automatically. I love it.
It's amazing. Using Google's password manager to create, store, and fill in your passwords is an easy, simple, safer way to manage passwords and ultimately keep you safe online.
Visit the link in our description below to learn more, and make sure that your passwords are better than Shane123. Although if your name isn't Shane, maybe.
Thank you, Grow with Google, for sponsoring that portion of the video. Now back to what I love about Shane. Number 2, are you impressed that I'm not using notes or anything?
I am, yeah.
Like, I have this list in my head.
You're just making these up as you go.
No, I prepared.
Have you thought of 3 yet? And that's the end of the video. He's really funny, everyone. And that's why I married him.
Oh my god. Actually, I'm gonna consult my notes.
Can I just say that we are sitting in our sunroom right now, and the sun is coming through the windows, and my arm and my leg are like on fire right now because of the sun.
You felt like that was necessary
Well,
to say?
hey, I'm sweating, and I felt like they can tell.
Oh.
Maybe they can't, but I just wanted to explain why I'm sweating right now.
Okay. Well, I hope you can hold on a little longer.
I can make it. He's so strong.
No, that is not on my list. All right, I'm going to go on now. Number 2 is Shane's thoughtfulness. He is very thoughtful. This was from the, literal first day that we ever knew each other. It is the thing that sticks out about him most. Every time I would come to visit, I would show up to his parents' house, and there would be a giant pile of snacks. All my favorite snacks on the bed. I would be visiting for like one night, and there'd be this huge mound of food that I might enjoy. He would really go out of his way to make sure that I, knew that he cared about me. And he still does that today, whether I'm folding laundry and he's, offering to sit there and make me laugh while I'm doing it, or if I don't feel well and he is ordering food all day long. There's a lot of food parts, but I'm just saying, Shane always goes out of his way to make sure that I, am taken care of.
Hannah, I know that you have the flu, hon, and I feel so bad, but I got you this yellow curry, and that you're eating, and on the way, I have a pizza.
No, you always hit the mark. You do a good job. It's not like things where I'm like, oh, he meant well, but he didn't. You didn't. Like, you usually nail it. You're really good at it.
Aww.
It's a skill.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now he's getting embarrassed. He has nothing more to say.
I don't have a joke. I did my only joke I had. All right, number 3. Where's my crown?
Number 3 is Shane's brain. His intelligence, his smartness.
Look how big my head is.
It's got a big brain in there.
She's talking only about the actual size.
The
of
organ
my
itself. Yes, the anatomical organ. No.
It doesn't work, but it's big.
Oh my God.
See how big my head is?
In our early years, when we were long distance, all we had to do was FaceTime for hours and hours every single day.
Wasn't that fun?
It was fun. And all we had to do was talk. That was the only thing we could do. We couldn't go on dates, we couldn't do anything else. All we could do was talk. And every single one of those hours was incredibly perfect because we're perfectly matched for conversation. Like we're interested in the same topics, and especially with me being in college at the time, I would tell Shane about all the things I was learning in class. He would get the books that I was reading in my sociology classes and read along with me.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, almost every book.
Not read along like out loud. I mean, like that week I would read the same book as her.
That is so adorable, and we would have discussions about it. We just are very, nicely matched in what we're interested in talking about. And I value Shane's opinion. I ask him his opinion on way too many things that I do because I really trust his brain.
Say more about how big and smart I am. Big and smart my brain is.
Oh my God.
Here, knock on my head.
I take it back.
Knock on my head.
I take this whole video back.
Solid.
Ew.
Built like a rock. Thank you. I appreciate that. I agree. I am very smart. But what I think is funny is that Hannah is like 10 times smarter than me, which it's impressive. I don't know.
Because you're so smart.
I'm like top-notch smart, and Hannah's way smarter.
This is not my special day, so you need to stop.
Okay.
This is your special day.
Everyone I'm gonna be like, but you're funny too. You're thoughtful too.
All right, what is this, 4?
I don't know. How many do you have? Do you know?
I think I have 6. This is number 4. This is not an exhaustive list, This is just...
Yeah, mine wasn't either for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So number 4 is Shane's sense of adventure. I enjoy coming up with really bizarre plans. I'll see something on a TV show. We'll be watching House Hunters, whatever. I'll see something on a TV show, a town, and I'll be like, I need to go there. Like, I absolutely need to go there. I would like to go this weekend. And no matter what I spring on Shane, no matter what bizarre plan I have, a trip, a weird, attraction in Minnesota that I just discovered, he is always like, yeah, let's do it. I have never been like, hey, can we do this? And had Shane respond like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. Even if it's a terrible idea and we don't end up doing it, he's always excited and supportive and like ready to plan this weird thing that I want to do.
Yeah, I like to do new things.
Yeah.
And Hannah does too, and I like to... She's a lot better at like coming up with the ideas, and I just get to go along for the ride. So
yeah,
we work well together in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. This one is a little bit specific. I feel like you're gonna be like, this is a little weird.
Is this inappropriate?
No, it's not inappropriate.
Is it about what?
This is very specific. One special thing, no. I feel like this is a thing that people kind of talk about online. It's that thing when you see your husband or your boyfriend be really good and cute with little kids. Like, I feel like that's a thing. Like, I feel like people are going to be like, yeah, when your partner is, like with a little kid and they're like really playing and like having a great time and they're silly, there's like something so heartwarming about that. It's probably some like, thing where I'm like, oh, he would be a good,
animal
father.
instinct.
Yeah, like, I don't know, but it's just the cutest thing ever. And Shane is so good with little kids. Every time he's talking to a kid, whether it's like one of my nieces or he's in a classroom doing a presentation, he's just so good with kids. And it's just so, warm and fuzzy to watch.
It's because
here comes a joke.
In my core, am a kid, so I relate to them very well. Because I know that like the most like I can just make a fart noise if I need to.
If you run out of things.
If I need to win them over.
But you're willing to do that. Like, I'm a little bit embarrassed to just like make a fart noise if there's other people around. So I'm a little bit uncomfortable talking to kids because I'm like, oh boy, like, kids that I know, totally fine. But like if a kid comes up to me on the street, I'm like, oh my goodness, like you're a really small child.
I don't just make fart noises to random children.
But Shane's really good at talking to kids and they always love him. So that's number 5.
Aww.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Isn't that like weirdly specific?
That is specific.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm much better at talking to children than I am adults. If I have to make small talk with an adult, I'm like,
no,
blank
that's
slate.
not true. I almost put on my list how good you are at talking to other people.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's weird. It's mostly because like I don't like to talk to other people. So if we're in a party or something, Shane's just so good at talking to people and making them comfortable, and like he's good at leading conversations and being in a group. So I do not agree with that at all.
But comparatively, I'm better at talking to children.
I don't even think that's true, but sure, whatever you want to say, that's fine. It's your special day. Okay, so number 6. This one could easily get inappropriate, so I am not going to get into detail here. This is going to be very broad strokes.
Oh, jeez.
Number 6 is, our physical connection, spark, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to give an anecdote. It is going to be very PG, do not worry.
I'm like nervous about this.
I know you are. The first time we ever met, we went to Benihana with Andrew and Laura, Shane's brother.
Hi, this is PG.
His wife. This is PG.
And you will not believe what happened at Benihana.
So anyway, we're there, and it was on the way home from the airport. This was within like minutes of actually meeting in person. We had been FaceTiming for 2 months, so we were in love. We knew each other very well, whatever. So we get to Benihana, and Shane... Should I tell the whole story with like the awkward part at the beginning?
But yes.
It started off really awkwardly because Shane was like looking at me.
We were sitting next to each other.
We were sitting next to each other, and he was doing this weird thing with his hand. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you flapping your hand like that? And I was like staring at it, and I was like, do you need something? Like, what are you doing? And he like eventually, I don't know if he said it out loud, I don't remember the details, but I figured out he wanted to hold my hand. So we held hands, and when we held hands, it was literally like the best thing that has ever happened to me. Wasn't it like the best feeling in the entire world? It was like bizarre. Yeah. It was some weird thing that happened. And obviously we progressed from there over the past 5 years, however long it's been. But
you should see our hand holding now.
But from the very beginning, it was just like, oh my God, wow.
Aww.
And that's my list.
That's so cute.
That's all 6.
Oh my goodness.
There's many more, but those are the ones that I came up with.
Well, I feel loved.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good. Isn't it nice? Like, I loved when you were talking. Yeah, it's a nice time to just sit and have someone compliment you.
I had like a feeling that you would say my sense of humor and my intelligence, because we said that before. Yeah. But the other ones I wasn't thinking of, and they're so cute.
That's nice.
I appreciate you. I love you.
I love you.
And I know that you're contractually required to say all these things.
You cannot let something be cute. You're physically unable. That is not on my list of things I love about you.
But you love my physical whatever you said. So you actually do love that about me.
What?
I don't know.
You're babbling. Anyway, we're just going to let the video be cute. You're going to stop reaching for jokes to ease your discomfort.
I'm out of jokes. Thank you. I love you. I love all of you, is what I'm saying. Okay, everyone.
Bye, everyone.